Thousands of teachers are getting lesson on reading instruction after state lawmakers overhauled that system 2 years ago.
Today on The 4, we told you about how St. Paul Public Schools are already seeing success. And now Caroline Cummings looks at what's next to turn the page on lagging literacy test scores.
So we're not going to cover all of them today.
Jessica Bernard is one of tens of thousands of teachers across Minnesota who are in the thick of training
as students progress through
on the new reading instruction standard set by the READ Act 2 years ago. But on top of everything else, she admits it's a lot of work.
I think it's important, and I think the people who have bought into the science of reading know its importance and are willing to kind of take on that big heavy lift, but I'm not going to say that it's been easy for people, because it hasn't.
She and other educators do lessons like this after the bell rings. It amounts to anywhere from 60 to 130 hours, depending on the type of training. The training will be ongoing the next 2 years to get all teachers up to speed. And the statewide impact won't be immediate. Not until the 2028-2029 school year will students get 3 full years of foundational instruction and reading skills set by the new law.
The goal of the READ Act, it used to be in read well by 3rd grade that children would read well by 3rd grade. The READ Act really moves that target further into the system by ensuring that kids are reading well at grade level beginning in kindergarten.
Earlier this year at the Capitol, Bobby Burnham, the Assistant Commissioner for the Office of Teaching and Learning at the State Department of Education, gave a rundown of where things stand on implementation. But it's a big change, and lawmakers say that means there could be additional tweaks to make the process smoother.
This is something that we took on as a state, which means we're going to have to continue to tweak this as a state as we learn more information and as we encounter new deadlines. We're going to have to do those things.
Everyone from right, left, center, all of us agree that reading is key and that we need to be doing better at teaching reading.
GOP Representative Patricia Mueller, a teacher of 20 years, says there should be more options for training teachers on the new standards. Right now, there are just 3 state-approved courses. She also wants to make sure future teachers getting their degrees are trained on the standards. Other states with similar laws have this requirement.
They create a certificate or a reading endorsement so that as teachers are graduating, that they have, that superintendents and principals have the assurance that these teachers have been trained in the science of reading. So we don't have to guess and we don't have to retrain and we don't have to wonder, right?
All of that teacher training takes time and money, and district leaders have asked the legislature to consider both as lawmakers hammer out the details of the next 2-year state budget. At the Capitol, Caroline Cummings, WCCO News.
The House K-12 education bill earmarks $40 million for further implementation of the READ Act. That is subject to end of session negotiations.